Sometimes we have to look to the past to understand our future. Thousands of years ago, wise natives walked the earth and passed wisdom down through the ages. Sadly, history has not grown from this knowledge but suppressed it in a capitalistic quest for control. There have been signs, testimonies, and writings, but they haven't been nurtured and extrapolated upon. Instead, they have been denigrated as myths and folklore. I ask myself, what makes these teachings any less valid than other wisdom that has been passed down to us in sacred books and scrolls? Again, geography appears to play a significant role. Many countries have a rich tradition of openness to metaphysical and spiritual concepts, such as the country of Brazil, which appears to have significance. Do ancient cultures such as the Aztecs give us clues to extraterrestrial contact and profound spiritual insights? Have these ancient people walked on the path that we are about to walk in pursuit of our evolution? If you have seen my videos, you know that I have mentioned the secret soldier whistleblower known as JP. I'll link the other videos at the end and in the description. I saw JP at the Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection in Westminster, Colorado. And as he entered the room, a large portion of the crowd began chanting akuria mate. I had no idea what this meant and decided to do a little homework, and you're not going to believe what I found. I learned that the phrase akuria mate is an Aztec chant, which means a portal between heaven and earth. The chant is said to be used to activate a space ark submerged in the Atlantic Ocean. So we are going to examine the clues left behind from the Aztecs and the beliefs embedded in their culture. The Aztecs are known for their advanced knowledge of astronomy, intricate architecture, and sacred rituals. They left behind mysteries that continue to intrigue us today. Could their myths, celestial alignments, and artifacts hold clues to contact with beings beyond this world? Much of what we hear about the Aztecs is discounted as myths and misinterpretations, so we're going to look a little closer to differentiate myth from fact. I saw JP at the Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection in Westminster, Colorado. The Aztecs were originally known as the Mexica and migrated from a homeland that they called Aztlan, which is often described as a place to the north of their eventual home. The mainstream would have us believe that Aztlan is a mythical location because there is no currently known place as Aztlan. In fact, just like the Garden of Eden and other places in the Bible, we don't know where Aztlan was located or if it designates a geographic area or a space ark. Yet, history tells us that Aztlan is a myth, which we know is not true because there are recorded communications about the Aztec migration from Aztlan. These recordings were documented after the Spanish conquest, primarily through oral tradition. These accounts survive in the form of codices, chronicled writings, and oral histories recorded by indigenous and European historians. There are two separate Aztec codices. The Codex Boturini, or Tira de la Peregrinación, is a pictorial manuscript created between 1530 and 1541. Which depicts the migration of the Mexica, or Aztecs, from Aztlan to the Valley of Mexico. The Codex shows key events of the migration, including the departure from Aztlan, their stops at sacred locations, and their encounters with other tribes. It does not include written text, but uses symbols and images to convey the story. The puzzle with the Codex Boturini is that it abruptly stopped on the 22nd page. One critical part of the Codex is the 200-year odyssey from the island of Aztlan to the Valley of Mexico. So this gives us a clue that Aztlan was an island, but where? For those of you that would like to study these writings in more depth, I will have a link to the entire Codex Boturini in the description of this video. I'll also include a link to the Codex Aubin, which combines pictorial representations with Nahuatl text, recounting the journey from Aztlan to Tenochtitlan. It provides a timeline and more narrative detail. Nahuatl is a group of indigenous languages spoken primarily in Mexico and parts of Central America. It is the language of the Aztecs and other related cultures. Several historians have also chronicled the migration of the Aztecs from Aztlan. Fray Bernardino de Sahagún was a Franciscan friar who worked with indigenous informants to compile the Florentine Codex in the 16th century. The Codex includes descriptions of Aztec migrations based on testimonies from Nahua elders. Fernando de Alva Ixtlilxochitl was a mestizo historian who wrote about the Aztecs' migration and their connections to broader Mesoamerican history. And Diego Duran wrote The History of the Indies of New Spain, which recounts parts of the Mexica migration story, drawing from oral traditions and indigenous sources. Many details of the Aztec migration were preserved through oral storytelling among the Nahua peoples. While much was lost after the conquest, some of these traditions were recorded by later historians. The Nahua have a rich history as descendants of ancient civilizations, including the Aztecs, Mexica, and continue to maintain their cultural traditions today. There are also monuments and archaeological evidence of the migration. The Aztecs commemorated their migration in their art and architecture. For example, the Templo Mayor in Tenochtitlan contains symbols tied to their migration and myths, such as representations of Huitzilopochtli and the eagle on a cactus vision. Aztec art is a vibrant and intricate expression of their rich cultural and spiritual heritage. Known for its bold use of colors, including vibrant reds, yellows, blues, and greens derived from natural pigments, Aztec art captures the dynamic energy of their civilization. Their artistry is showcased in a variety of forms, including pottery, sculptures, murals, and codices, often adorned with detailed geometric patterns and depictions of gods, animals, and celestial symbols. Themes in Aztec art frequently revolved around their deep connection to nature and the cosmos, with images of jaguars, eagles, serpents, and flowers representing power, spirituality, and beauty. The Aztecs also used their art to tell stories, document history, and honor their deities, resulting in works that are both visually stunning and rich with symbolic meaning. Aztec art was left to inform generations to come about their deep spiritual beliefs, cultural traditions, and profound connection to nature and the cosmos. It's time for humanity to look to the past as a roadmap to our future, drawing wisdom from ancient civilizations to guide us toward a more harmonious and enlightened world. So, let's keep going. The Aztec teachings remind us that nature is not separate from the cosmos, but an integral part of a vast, interconnected web of existence. This isn't the first time we've heard this. They believed that every element of nature, earth, water, fire, and air, was imbued with divine energy and played a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the universe. I want you to imagine that divine energy that courses through all of creation, including you. The cycles of the sun, the phases of the moon, and the growth of crops were seen as reflections of cosmic harmony, urging humanity to live in alignment with these rhythms. So why are chemicals being sprayed to block out the sun? And why is government shunting away from farmers and paying them not to harvest crops in favor of genetically modified mega-food producers? This is just so against the way of God. Whatever name we call the Creator, Aztec teachings inspire us to embrace the sacred balance of life, bringing us closer to a world of harmony and prosperity. The Aztecs taught their young that respecting and honoring nature through rituals, sustainable living, and gratitude for its abundance was essential for both earthly prosperity and spiritual connection. Rearing children in Aztec culture emphasized discipline, communal responsibility, and preparation for societal roles, in contrast to today's often individualized and varied approaches to parenting. Aztec parents instilled values such as respect for elders, hard work, and reverence for the gods from an early age, using stories, rituals, and strict guidance to shape their character. Education was highly structured, with separate schools for boys and girls to prepare them for roles in religion, warfare, or domestic life, reflecting a collective focus on contributing to the community. Today, there are too many equity-based initiatives or support programs in our educational system to cover in this video. But when standards are lowered to include lower-performing individuals, it can lead to a decrease in overall achievement and productivity within the collective. While it may initially offer more opportunities for inclusion, it risks compromising the quality of work, eroding motivation, and diminishing the drive for excellence. The collective may experience a shift in focus from striving for high standards to simply meeting minimal expectations, which can affect long-term progress and success. It is essential to provide support systems to help individuals improve and reach their full potential, but it should foster growth while maintaining standards. In modern parenting, methods vary widely across cultures and often emphasize emotional development, individuality, and personal choice, supported by diverse educational systems and extracurricular opportunities. While contemporary parenting focuses more on nurturing self-expression and adapting to rapidly changing societal norms, Aztec child-rearing was deeply rooted in tradition and a shared vision of sustaining harmony within their civilization. This may sound idyllic, but their wisdom calls us to recognize that by caring for nature, we honor our place in the cosmos and ensure the continuity of life for future generations. The Aztecs didn't have the latest iPhone or even 5G, but the Aztecs were incredibly advanced in their own right, with a deep understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and agriculture. Their sophisticated systems of governance, urban planning, and medical practices highlight their remarkable ingenuity, demonstrating that technological progress comes in many forms. I'm not saying that technological progress is a bad thing, but mankind has regressed when it comes to the critical elements of leadership and a healthy civilization. While we've made strides in technology, we've often lost sight of the values that truly sustain a thriving society, such as wisdom, empathy, and balance with nature. These timeless principles, once integral to ancient civilizations like the Aztecs, are what can guide us to a future that benefits all, not just a few. It's crucial that we incorporate these values of respect for wisdom, empathy, and harmony with nature into the education of our young. For they are the foundation for building a future where humanity can thrive in balance, unity, and prosperity for all. Akuria Mate is reported to be an Aztec chant believed to activate a submerged space ark in the Atlantic Ocean. This information originates from accounts by JP, a U.S. Army secret soldier, who participated in covert missions in a submerged space ark in the Atlantic Ocean. This chant is believed to be an Aztec invocation used to access the ark. According to JP, his initial mission involved multinational soldiers including American and Chinese soldiers and Mexican scientists. JP said he witnessed the Mexicans begin a chant to activate the portal of the space ark so they could enter. The chant was the same words that the audience chanted during GSIC. It was akuria mate. This chant also allowed access to areas beyond the reach of the accompanying American and Chinese soldiers. Listen. The notion of a space ark in the Atlantic Ocean sounds quite fantastic, so I think we should look a little further into the possibility. First, if you haven't seen my video on space arks, I recommend that you do because they are absolutely amazing and will change the way you look at existence. There have been multiple reports and discussions about a submerged space ark located in the Atlantic Ocean, particularly in the Bermuda Triangle region. These accounts often involve covert missions and collaborations between various nations and extraterrestrial entities. Space arks are often described as emitting powerful electromagnetic fields or pulses, which can disrupt nearby electronic devices and navigational instruments. Accounts suggest that these pulses can cause disturbances in electromagnetic fields, which could potentially disrupt communications, compasses, and other navigational tools. The Bermuda Triangle has long been associated with unexplained phenomena such as compass malfunctions and instrument failure. Some theorists propose that submerged space arks in the region may be responsible for these anomalies. This aligns with the idea that ancient extraterrestrial technologies like arks could have a powerful impact on local electromagnetic fields. In missions described by JP near the Atlantic Ocean and the Bermuda Triangle, it is said that these disruptions were noticeable during exploration efforts. Several people have described space arks that are currently activated, and that the recent Starliner disruption was related. This video will be linked at the end. Various independent UFO and paranormal researchers have speculated that the unexplained electromagnetic phenomena in the Bermuda Triangle could be tied to advanced or ancient extraterrestrial technologies submerged in the area. While specific mentions of space arcs may not always be explicit, the concept of alien artifacts or bases in the region has been a recurring hypothesis for the phenomenon. So let's put this all together. The Bermuda Triangle, long shrouded in mystery due to unexplained disappearances and electromagnetic anomalies, has sparked theories connecting it to submerged space arcs. Space arcs are ancient extraterrestrial vessels that are believed to interfere with Earth's magnetic fields. Among these intriguing narratives lies the story of the Aztecs, whose advanced civilization displayed profound knowledge of astronomy, engineering, and spirituality, and a mysterious chant, akuria, which reportedly is used to access the space arcs. Could the Aztecs' cultural and technological achievements, paired with their rich cosmological beliefs, hint at a connection to advanced non-human intelligences? Intriguingly, recent anomalies like the heartbeat signals reportedly heard during Boeing's Starliner mishap lend consistency to the idea of dormant arcs reactivating, calling us to assist in the evolution of Terra and mankind. Are you ready to reunite with your star family and embrace the cosmic truths that connect us all? No more secrets. Imagine a world where the mysteries of our origins are revealed and the bonds we share with the universe are reignited. This is more than just a call to remember. It's an invitation to awaken to the vast potential of humanity and the guidance waiting from beyond the stars. Together, we can step into a future of unity, enlightenment, and limitless possibility.